You better take it. No. Yes, Skylar, yes.
It's so embarrassing.
Yes.
It's okay. I'm sure she's not really.
Yes.
I can help her.
Yes.
They have all these stuff.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Today's question of the day I will answer at any time during the class period today, so it doesn't just have to be at the start. But tomorrow you have your first test. Okay? So, again, you only get the class time to complete the test. The test is a total of, with bonus problems, 20 questions. Okay? So that is the entire test. All right? You are going to be asked to provide me with some definitions. You know what one of them already is. What is it? That's 6 points. That is almost basically 9% of your test grade because your test is worth 65 points. Okay? And that is definitely one of the questions. Okay? Now, the other thing you're going to need to know are definitions like experiment, control, constant, variable, hypothesis, things like that. I will not make, this is not a multiple choice test. So if I ask you for a definition, you need to supply me with the entire definition, or at least something close enough to what I gave you to where I can give you credit. The definition of chemistry needs to be the one I gave to you, but if you change the order of property, structure, composition, I don't care. Okay? Then you will have some questions on accuracy and precision. Now, just like on the last quiz where I asked you to write a number that could be more accurate or a number that could be more precise, wouldn't surprise me to see something like that on this test. Okay? There will be 2 pictures of instruments that you take measurements with. Okay? 2 pictures. You will need to tell me what the instrument is. You will need to tell me what type of measurement it makes. You'll need to tell me what place the instrument is reading to and what place the instrument gets reported to. They are not digital instruments, so you can see the markings on them very clearly so that you could see what place it is measured out in, and then you would tell me what place it is going to. Remember, those are things like tenths, hundredths, thousandths, ones, tens, hundreds. And then you will have to give me what measurement the instrument is reading. So in other words, you'll have to give me, like if it's a line, 8.0 centimeters, 7.9 centimeters, 8.1 centimeters. There are 2 pictures that are like that. Questions? Okay? As I told you the other day, there will be a question on there on sig figs. 5 numbers. You look at each of the numbers, you tell me how many sig figs are in each number. So there will be zeros in the beginning of some numbers, there will be zeros in the middle of some numbers, there will be zeros at the end of some numbers. You need to know the rules for when those zeros are and are not significant. And when you look at the number, you'll say that number has 5 significant figures, that number has 3 sig figs, that number has 2 sig figs. And then you will need to tell me of the digits that you see, which one is the uncertain digit? Which one is the one that is the last sig fig? Because always uncertainty lies in the last sig fig, not the last digit. A lot of times the last sig fig and the last digit are the same, but there is an occasion when it is not. When is the last digit not the last sig fig?
If it ends with 0 and has no decimal
If it ends with zeros and has no decimal, then you have to go back to the last digit that is not a zero at the end, and that is the uncertain digit. Questions? Okay. Oh, by the way, for definitions, you should know the difference between being quantitative and being qualitative. What do you have to have in a quantitative observation? Has to be a number. Has to be a number. What do you have to have in a qualitative observation? Anything other than numbers. What you see, what you feel, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste. Now, I'm obviously not going to have you go back into the lab and make observations of something. Okay? So you may have to make them up, or you may just have to define them. Questions? There are the 7 base units on the wall up there. You do not have to know all of them, but you will need to know a majority of them. And you will need to be able to tell me what that base unit measures. So, for example, meters measures length or distance. I will accept either one. Kilogram measures mass. Seconds measure time. Ampere measures electric current. Kelvin measures temperature. Moles measures amount of substance. Candela measures luminous intensity. I do not want the 2 supplementary units at the bottom. So it's got to be out of those 7 that are at the top. Questions? You should still know the 3 things shown in every measurement: a quantity, a unit, and precision/uncertainty. You'll then be given 3 numeric response problems. By numeric response, what I mean, add, subtract, multiply, or divide these 2 numbers together. Report your answer with the proper units in the proper amount of sig figs. So again, our rules for addition and subtraction are different from our rules for multiplication and division. So you need to know what the rules are. You need to know how to use them. You need to write down a proper answer. Questions? Now, of the 3 problems like are on your packet, you could choose to do 2 out of the 3. That's all. You don't need to do all 3. You only need to do 2 out of the 3. Okay? Now, 2 of the problems are worth 6 points. 1 of the problem is worth 7. The problem worth 7, I think, is just a little bit harder. But if you do the problem that is worth 7 points, that means that there is an extra point in there that you can earn on this test as well. Because I didn't change the value of the test if you chose to pick that one more problem that has 1 more point in it. It's your choice which of the ones you will pick. Now, they are similar to the problems on worksheet that we have been working on for the last week. So keep that in mind. Also, please remember, show me your work. Show me a final answer in the correct sig figs with the correct unit for full credit. Questions? There are 4 bonus questions, which maybe you'll get, maybe you won't, but they're each worth 2 points. So if you think about it, that's 8 extra credit points. And if you go after the problem that has the 1 more point in it, the 7 instead of the 6, that's 9 extra credit points that are available on this test. That is about an extra 15% on this test in bonus points. Okay? So that's it. That's your whole test. Questions? Okay, got a few things for you then. Again, today while you are working on things, if you run into a question, if you want me to go over a topic with you, I will do it with you individually. I'll do it with you guys as a group if you want. I don't care. Alicia.
Are all the topics going to be on Canvas?
Are all the topics going to be on Canvas?
Yeah, on this.
Well, again, this is the list that I gave you the other day. And you can find this on Canvas by going to the modules, daily class agenda and class video. Under today's date, you can click on this, and there are your topics. So yes, it is on Canvas for you. Okay, it is on Canvas for you. I have it up here too. Okay, both places it's available to you. So yep, it is on Canvas for you. Okay, all right. Before I turn you loose on things, in Canvas, I also put this for you. Modules. Unit 1 test review. So if you click on this, ladies and gentlemen, this is what it looks like. It is 14 slides. Okay. Here's measurements. Complete the table. Stopwatch. What unit would it measure? What would the symbol for that unit be? What kind of measurement does it make? Kelvin. What kind of instrument would be used to measure the unit of Kelvin? What's Kelvin's symbol? And what kind of measurement does it make? Okay. The next slide. Metric conversions. The next slide, sig figs. The next slide, writing a number in a certain amount of sig figs or things like that. Math with sig figs. Precision, looking at a measurement. What place did this instrument read to? What type of measurement did it make? How many sig figs? Now please remember, the place that the instrument read to compared to its measurement is always one less in precision. So, with the exception of the digital instrument, the precision of this instrument would be to the 0.001 or the thousandths place, because a digital instrument, we just write down what we see. But because this number goes to the hundredths place, what place did this instrument read to? It read to the tenths, one less than the spot of the last sig fig. Why? Because then when you take and make your measurement, you estimate one place beyond the precision of the instrument. So when you look at this, you should be able to find the last sig fig. You go back one place, and that will tell you what the precision of the instrument used to make that measurement was. Because we always look at the precision and go one more. Thank you. You can look at a measurement and go back one to find the precision of the instrument. You don't need to sign in. I got it. I got your pass. I'll change it. Thank you. Okay? Questions? Okay. Next is a slide on accuracy. Here is a measurement. Here is your target. Target is the accepted value, what you should have gotten. Here is a second measurement. My question is this second measurement more or less accurate than the first measurement? So is this second measurement closer to the target, or is the first measurement closer to the target? So I'm asking you, is this measurement more or less accurate? Questions? Go ahead, Abby.
No, I was answering to myself.
Okay. Okay. So, by the way, scientific notation, correct? 10 to the 8th, 10 to the 8th, 10 to the 8th, correct? Base it off of this number. This part is the same for all three. Times 10 to the 8th. So base it off of 2.8, 3.00, 3.02. Okay? Questions? Okay, here's one where you have to create an answer, a reading, a measurement that would be more accurate than the one in this problem. So again, they give you a target. Boiling point is 373 Kelvin. They give you the reading on a thermometer, and they're asking you to create a measurement that would be more accurate. You can write down any number you want. as long as it's more accurate. Okay, accuracy and precision. Again, the known density of gold is this. A student in the labs finds the density to be 18.8 grams per cubic centimeter. Suggest a measurement, meaning create one, that the student could have gotten that would have been more precise and more accurate than the one the student found. So basically, I'm asking if you understand accuracy and precision again. Can you make up a number that is more precise and more accurate than 18.8 in this problem? Now, to do that, you need a target. There is your target. Okay? All I'm asking you to do is write a number down that would be more precise and more accurate. Here, we're asking you to do one that would be less precise and less accurate. Again, hopefully you understand those. All right. What is the instrument showing? What unit is it reading in? What place does it read to? What would your final measurement be? By the way, where do you find the unit on that instrument? I don't see it, which is probably why you use degrees Celsius scale on left. Okay? So I'm telling you which scale to use and what the unit is on it. Okay? Another one with a measurement, same thing. Instrument, unit, place it reads to, final measurement. Same thing here. And that's it. Now, you have got the rest of the time here. I am here. You can ask me any questions you want. You can do as much of this as you feel you need to, or as little of this as you feel that you need to. You can do as much of the worksheet problems or as little of the worksheet problems as you want. But tomorrow's the day we find out if what you've been doing is working. If you want to go back and look at the first quiz or the second quiz and ask me questions about it, I'll be happy to come over and help you. Now, I have a lab set up in the back at some of the stations. So please do not go to the far station in the back because I have stuff set up there. This first station, there's still some room to move. And if the second station, you could put those glass beakers and volumetric flasks and things to the side. Put them back when you're done. There is the middle station that you can use as well if you want to work back there. There's one more thing that I will show you, ladies and gentlemen, and then I will let you get to work, unless anyone has any questions. The last thing that I am going to show you that I said I would do for you, ladies and gentlemen, is I worked out that last problem on the packet, and here it is. A Jedi could shoot down 5 of Darth Vader's fighters before he gets shot down in a space war. A single Star Destroyer from the Empire carries with it 3 platoons of fighter ships. A platoon is divided into 4 squadrons, and each squadron has 4 ships. Now, if you're not into Star Wars, I'm going to try to put this into terms of our modern military. Okay? A Star Destroyer does not do the fighting. A Star Destroyer would be like a aircraft carrier in our Navy. An aircraft carrier is the place where the jets that do the fighting take off from. So the aircraft carrier carries on it the ships that do the fighting. That is what a Star Destroyer does. Okay? And then in the military, they have squadrons. A squadron has 12 ships in it. Doesn't matter if it's a squadron of aircraft carriers or if it's a squadron of fighter ships, jets. Okay? The term squadron means 12 of those things. A platoon, again, a term that can be used for Star Destroyers, Navy carriers, aircraft carriers, or a platoon can be used to talk about the jets that do the fighting or the fighter ships that do the fighting. So that is, those terms could be applied to either one. If the population of Antari, a small planet in the Naboo star system, is inhabited by members of the Rebel fleet, is 1.1 million, and 1 out of every 250 people is a Jedi warrior, Would Antari be able to win a battle against the Empire's fleet consisting of 3 platoons of Star Destroyers? Support your answers. Well, first of all, who's going to win? How do we know?
The Jedi's, because they're super cool.
Good guys always win. Good guys always win. Okay? So we're expecting the Jedi to win. But how do the Jedi win? Well, the Jedi win if they can destroy more fighter ships than the Empire sends. Okay? So this problem is twofold. Up here, I'm figuring out how many fighter ships the Empire sent. 3 platoons of SD Star Destroyers. In 1 platoon of Star Destroyers, there would be 4 squadrons of Star Destroyers. In 1 squadron, there would be 12 Star Destroyers. This here is how many aircraft carriers they send into the area. Then, on each of these Star Destroyers, there are 3 platoons of fighter ships per 1 Star Destroyer. So here we're figuring out how many Star Destroyers. Now we're figuring how many ships they have. Again, a platoon is 4 squadrons. A squadron is 12 fighter ships. When we do all this math and multiplying all these numbers on the top together, ladies and gentlemen, the Empire sends 20,736 fighter ships. That's what they sent. All unit cancellation. Platoons of Star Destroyers cancel. Squadrons of Star Destroyer cancel. Star Destroyers cancel. Platoons of fighter ships cancel. Squadrons of fighter ships cancel. I am left with fighter ships. Okay? Unit cancellation the whole way through. There are 1.1 million people. So I took and I converted that into 1.1 million as a number. People. There is 1 Jedi for every 250 people. Each Jedi can shoot down 5 fighter ships per Jedi. Jedis cancel. People cancel. We have shot down fighter ships. 22,000. The Empire only sent 20,736. They lose. The Jedi wins. Okay? There will be nothing this difficult on your test. But I will tell you that there will be a problem like this where you have to get the information out of it and put it there and list it and then use it. There will be another one where it'll say, here's helpful hints and everything you need. This is equal to this. This is equal to this. This is equal to this. Your choice, which 2 out of the 3 problems you want to do. Okay? Questions? Then quite simply, I will shut up. You can utilize the rest of your time as wisely as you can. And if you have any questions for me, I will be more than happy to meet with you individually, with groups of people. Whatever you need, just let me know. Go to work, ladies and gentlemen. Go to work. Oh, by the way, sorry, one last thing. The test review here, ladies and gentlemen. There is a answer key. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Right there with it, the test review. Up at the top, there is a link to the answer key if you want to see the answer key for that test review. So it's right there for you so you can check it out. Again, if you look at the answer key and you still don't know why that's the correct answer or how yours would be graded, you can call me over and I will help you out. Okay? But that should be everything that you need, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? You got 46 minutes until class is over. Go to work.